devotees, Hare Krishna, Jai Shri Ram. Wish to welcome you for our daily Ram Katha. So today we have reached day 69 and we'll be reading from Ayodhya Kand and mostly from Sarga 98 to Sarga 100. So please join us. We'll be starting with Guru Vandana, Guru Pranam, Hare. So dear devotees, Jai Shri Ram. I wish to welcome you for our daily Ram Katha. So we're going to read from the 98th Sarga of Srimad Valmiki Ramayana from Ayodhya Kand. So as we know, in Valmiki Ramayana we have 500 Sarga, or 500 different cantos. So we have reached canto 98. So where actually how now Bharat wanted to go and meet Lord Ram as soon as possible. So here in the chapter, in the introduction to this canto, we see how Srimad Valmiki Muni has written, telling of Guha and Shatrughna with the followers to find out the hermitage of Sri Ram. Bharat himself, who was keen to see Sri Ram, goes out in search of his hermitage with the ministers, walking all the way and envying the good fortune of Sita and Lakshman, who were living with Sri Ram, and reaching the foot of a sal tree and concluding the place from the presence of smoke nearby to be a human habitation, and ruling out the possibility of any other human being living in that lonely forest, he eagerly hastens forward in the hope of meeting Sri Ram. So finally today we'll see how Bharat is going to meet Lord Ram. Yesterday we ended where actually Lakshman always was there, always kind of so passionately trying to protect Lord Ram, and he was actually chastised by Lord Ram because he was doubting his own brother Bharat. So after Lord Ram, in some way, with his sweet words, he was able to chastise Lakshman. So now today is the scenario where now Bharat is, he's just hastening, he's just walking fast to reach the place from where he had seen smoke, as he was being guided by his searchers and all soldiers who had been looking in the forest. So now, when he was walking, he was accompanied by Shatrughna, also by Guha, the Nishad Raj, the king of the tribals, and also Arya Sumant. So let's read from Srimad Valmiki Ramayana. So in the 98th Sarga, Niveshya Senamatu Vibhum Padbhyam Padvatam Varam Abhikanto Vasa Kakusta Miyesha Guruvartakam Nivishta Matre Sanyetu Yatho Dasham Vinitavat Bharto Bhrataram Vakya Shatrugna Midam Bhravi. So now he was so eagerly willing, he was walking so fast because now he had seen, his searchers had shown him the direction, that in this direction you're going to see some smoke. So that is the place where Lord Ram actually is residing. So Bharat just took permission from Vashishta Muni and told Vashishta Muni to please continue and come, and along with the three queens, Kaushalya, Kaikeyi Mata and Sumitra Mata. But he just hastened, he went a bit faster because he wanted to go and meet Lord Ram first. So here, as we have just read, so having encamped the army, the powerful Bharat, for his part, who was the foremost of those endowed with feet, desired to approach on foot Sri Ram, who was implementing the words of his father. So Lord Ram, on one side, he was determined to follow whatever commitment he had taken. For the next 14 years he would be staying in the forest under the because he was banished, and all this banished was actually, it was just a scenario, a scene created by Lord Ram himself, because he had to leave Ayodhya to come to the forest so that he would finally deliver the whole world of that one demon who had been creating so much havoc, Ravan. So if Ram would have stayed in Ayodhya, then Ravan would have never, abducted Sita, and he would not have been killed by Lord Ram. So all this, there's always, it's mentioned that behind every reason there is some cause. The cause, and the cause is Sakshat Lord Ram himself. Sarva Karana Karanam. He is the cause of all causes. So as Bharat was just rushing, so as he was walking hastily, and he was guarded actually. He himself, Shatrughna, was just following from very closely from behind, and also Guha, Nishad Raj, the king of the tribals, and Arya Sumant. But they were also being protected, they were encircled by 10 professional archers from the tribal community, just to ensure that they are not being harmed by any wild animals. So as they were just proceeding, so finally they reached one place where they saw one banyan tree, which was actually out of the odd out of the all other trees, because on this tree there was actually one deer skin on that, and that was actually, this is how the Rishi Munis used to indicate the direction that this is from here, you have the place, or you have a hermitage in the surrounding. So he was very happy to see that was an indication. So then he started following the path. And yesterday we had mentioned that how after Lord Ram had chastised Lakshman, so both came to, they were at the top of the mountain of Chitrakud, so they could have a view, they could see the huge army of Ayodhya, and headed by the royal elephant. So after seeing that, they went back to the cottage, because there Lord Ram had to do his daily yagna. That forms part of our daily routine. So Lord Ram was living a life of a hermit, so he had to perform his fire sacrifice. So as Bharat was just hastily going towards the hermitage or the cottage of Lord Ram, so when they reached, they saw so many different details, like it was made of definitely from wood and made from leaves, but it looked so beautiful. It was so beautifully built or made, and we had mentioned that Bharat, not Bharat, but Lakshman, had taken one whole month to actually build that cottage for Lord Ram and Sita Mata. But all these days they had been sleeping just under trees. So, as Bharat was just examining and at the same time relishing that structure, that kind of architecture, though it was a very simple hut, you couldn't say, a very small cottage, but the way it had been built really impressed Bharat. Then you could see that there were shields and two swords just at the entrance, showing that, though Lord Ram being a hermit, but that was the sign of a Kshatriya. The Kshatriyas, whenever you come to their place, so at the entrance there's always one shield with two swords crossed. So he could see that, and he understood this was the message, and that was giving him the kind of guarantee that this is the place where Lord Ram is residing. So he hastily told, rushed in front and told Bharat, Shatrughna, come on, keep running behind. I'm going because I want to go and meet Lord Ram first. So as he reached the cottage, he could not see Lord Ram, he could not see Sita Mata or even Lakshman. There was total silence. It was so peaceful. Then, as he entered the cottage, he saw that Lord Ram was just sitting in a very, meditative posture, and with his, body erect, and he was just offering oblations in the fire. He was doing his yagna. So, as soon as he had darshan of Lord Ram, he just ran and fell at his lotus feet. So Lord Ram was still sitting, and after a few minutes, Shatrughna also reached, and when he saw his brother Bharat, who was already at the lotus feet of Lord Ram, he did not waste time. He also went and offered his Dandavat Pranam, and he also fell at the lotus feet of Lord Ram. So Lord Ram, seeing his two brothers, was very happy because he had met them after so many years. Imagine, because after their marriage ceremony from Janakpuri, from Mithila, we should just a recap of Balkand, that they were only 12 years old, and immediately Bharat and Shatrughna were called by their grandfather. So Bharat was called by his grandfather. So Ashwapati, he was Raja Ashwapati, so the king of Kaikeya Desh. So he had left, and he did not come, actually. He did not come to Ayodhya. So he came to Ayodhya after 12 more years. So at the age of 24, he came back to Ayodhya. So he was meeting his elder brother after 12 years. So Lord Ram was so happy seeing his two brothers, and he was just showing that father, that affection just like a father. And he was just, patting both of them because they had both, after falling at his lotus feet, they both just as small babies, they sleep on the lap of the mother. So they had kept their heads on each lap of Lord Ram. So Lord Ram was just, very peacefully and very, with lots of affection, he was just fondling both brothers. And as he's requested them, come on, it's time for you to stand up now. So as he stood up, he lifted them up and told them, now, please, give me information about our father. Where's our father? How is King Dashrath? So as he started asking all these questions, so we just read from Valmiki Ramayana again. Now we have reached the 100th sarga. So Kachid Dashratho Raja Kushali Satyasagaram Raja Suyashra Medha Nama Harta Dharma Nishritaha Sakachid Brahmanon Vidwan Dharma Nityo Mahadhyoti Ikshvakuna Mupadhyayo Yathakatat Pujyate. So here Now Lord Ram is started asking questions, and Lord Ram, he is Sakshat Bhagwan, so he knew what was happening. He knew already what has happened, but he wanted to ask these questions. He wanted to hear from Bharat. So he started asking, now, is King Dashrath our father, who is true to his promise and has performed a number of Rajsuya and Ashwamedhi sacrifices, and who is resolute upon righteousness, enjoying good health? Now, Lord Ram did not know actually that Dashrath had already left this world. This was the this part of this pastime. But Lord Ram, being in the heart of everyone, he knew that his father had already left this world, but he was just asking this question. He wanted to hear from Bharat. So he was just inquiring about his father. So is our dear father enjoying good health? Is the celebrated Vasishtha Muni, our Kul Guru, who has realized Brahma? Okay, so is learned in all the branches of knowledge, ever devoted to virtue and possessed of great splendor, duly honored? So he was just asking, now is Kaushalya Mata as well as Sumitra Mata, who is blessed with good progeny, happy? I hope the glorious mother Kaikeyi too is rejoicing because of my exile and your ascension to the throne of Ayodhya. So he was just asking all these questions. So then Bharat was kind of, he was totally confused and what to tell Lord Ram. So, and Lord Ram knew he did not want to ask Bharat about the problems that Ayodhya was facing. He knew once he will start talking about Ayodhya and the problems related to Ayodhya, because he knew his father was not there, but he was just inquiring. So then he planned, at this point, he planned that he has to give instructions to Bharat, because for the next 14 years, Bharat would be ruling Ayodhya on behalf of Lord Ram. So Lord Ram started by giving him five different types of management techniques or tools, and these management techniques actually are so beautifully explained in Srimad Valmiki Ramayana that if really we can apply them in our life, so our life will be definitely perfect, will become perfect, and not only will we always meet success in this material life, but also will meet success in the spiritual world also. So about these five strategies or techniques, or we can the mantra of management. So what will be the kind of management that Lord Ram started instructing Bharat so that he could rule Ayodhya for the next 14 years. So this we are going to discuss tomorrow, dear devotees, because it's quite a deep topic. So we'll see that in details tomorrow, how Lord Ram started instructing Bharat. Because he knew Ayodhya is facing problem. He knew that Ayodhya has no king. So who would be the king in his absence? Lord Ram was in the forest. So he will be assigning Bharat to be the king in his absence. And also how to manage people, how to manage all the different political issues. So he is going to give Bharat these five different management techniques. So we are going to talk about this, devotees, tomorrow. So please, let's continue praying for the whole world. Though life is supposedly to have come back to normal, but we are all suffering in this world. The only way, whether lockdown or not lockdown, if we really want to achieve peace, we need to pray, and that prayer should be actually an individual one and also a collective one. So we request you all to please keep on chanting the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra. So Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. So by chanting, by uttering this transcendental sound vibration, we are definitely going to help eradicate all the negative vibrations that are there in the atmosphere, that are subtle, that we don't see with our eyes. So keep chanting, dear devotees, and we keep on praying to their lordships, Shri Shri Sitaram Lashan Hanuman, Shri Shri Radha Golokananda, Shri Shri Krishna Balaram, so that we always be protected. We are praying for the protection of the entire world, not only for ourselves, but we want the whole world, because the whole world is just like a family, as mentioned in the Maha-Upanishad, Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam. So the whole world is the family. So as a family, we need to pray for the entire world, for each other. So thank you, dear devotees. Hope to see you tomorrow for another blissful Ram Katha. Jai Shri Ram.